and she pressed on my foot like really hard, and I yelled. I was like, ow. And I was like, yep. No, she was like, yep, you have plantar fasciitis. And I was like, well, that was fast. That was fast to diagnose. What is going on, my YouTube familia? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back into another video. Today's video, we're going to be discussing my issues, my journey, and my experience with plantar fasciitis. I know. You guys may be thinking, dude, you already suffer from a whole bunch of issues, and now you're adding something on top of it. Yes. Unfortunately, I've been suffering from plantar fasciitis for a couple months now. It started very randomly, but we're going to talk all of that in the video. Before I get to the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel. Listen, at least 90% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers of my channel. Right now, we have about 2,500 subscribers. So if you do the math, I could possibly have 20,000 subscribers on my channel if every single person that watch my videos subscribe to my channel, right? And look, I get it sometimes, you're just here for the video and watch it. I respect it. It's all good. It's all love. Nothing but love. But if you could, like the channel, turn on the notifications, make sure you comment sometimes, either sharing love, asking questions or whatever. That helps the video grow a lot and also helps the algorithm. So thank you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how the issue with plantar fasciitis started, also the journey that I've been through, and what are the plans for the future. Now, if you guys want me to put in another video some of the, exercises and some of the things that I've done that helped me with plantar fasciitis, I can make that in a separate video and I'll upload that. Just let me know in the comments, in the comment section, and I will do that for you guys. No problem. So let's talk about how these issues started. As many of you guys know, I've talked a lot of my videos that I can't really do a lot of hard cardio or a lot of cardio that really stresses me out because of my chest trauma that I had due to procedures from GERD issues, right? So like the knee implications and the links, and also that causes my heart rates to go very high. So I can't do any of that. So what I do instead of my cardio, I do a lot of walking. I've been reading online that the American Heart Association, I believe, says that 10,000 steps are really good for you if you do them daily. And I was like, I think I could do that. So eventually I ended up building my way up with, walking 3,000 steps a day, 5,000 steps, 7, 8, 9, 10. And eventually I can do, as many steps as I wanted until I got tired. But it was just a little bit build up because of, due to all my health issues. So because of all those steps and all those steps that I was walking a lot, I started feeling a little bit of pain under my foot. And it was a little bit discomforting. I didn't really pay too much mind to it because I've heard of what plantar fasciitis was, but I didn't know what it really felt like, or I didn't know that, the spot that I was having pain in was a spot that, where plantar fasciitis happens. And I'm just like, just letting it be. I kept walking. The thing is, though, I would say, whenever I walked, sometimes it wouldn't be, in a treadmill, or it wouldn't be like in a straight line. For example, if you go outside into the neighborhood, it wouldn't just be walking around the neighborhood type deal. I would kind of walk around in like a small circle sometimes, because in the back of my house is big enough where I can just walk around sometimes, and then I can also be concentrating on my work, right? So I don't know if that had to do anything with it, the constant motion of going around in circles that maybe put some pressure on that part of my foot. But I don't know why it didn't happen to the other side of my foot. It only happened to my right side of my foot. So again, I don't know if that had to do anything with it. But again, I started to notice some pain, and then I would let it be. The next day I will walk another 10,000 steps. For reference, I would probably walk like 10,000 steps about 4 to 5 times a week, just to have my cardio, just to have my health in a better state. And of course, again, since I can't run or do these heavy exercises or tough exercises, then cardio is my best, my best bet. So because of that, I started developing pain, and then I started, asking friends about it, and they told me about plantar fasciitis. So because of that, a couple months later, I ended up going to the doctor, asking for a reference to go to a physical therapy, because I had a friend that told me that they did physical therapy for plantar fasciitis, which I didn't know you could do. So I ended up going to the physical therapist. And the first time that I got there, I remember that I was on the table and I told her, I think, I might have some issues with plantar fasciitis. I don't know exactly, but this is why I'm here. I'm trying to find out what is it, what's going on with my foot. So she told me to take my shoe off and also my sock off. And she pressed on my foot like really hard. And I yelled. I was like, ow. And I was like, yep. No, she was like, yep, you have plantar fasciitis. And I was like, well, that was fast. That was fast to diagnose. But she knew right away exactly where the spot was at and, how it felt like. So, or at least what to push. So I knew what it felt like, and it was just very painful. And that was the same pain that I felt whenever I would walk a lot. And that was very, just very discomforting. So I started I think on Tuesdays and Thursdays, going to physical therapy to get help for the plantar fasciitis. And thank God that things started getting better within the first, week or two, because I started feeling a difference in all the stretches they do, right? If you guys know with physical therapy, if you've been to a physical therapist before, sometimes it's pretty hard depending on what you're taking care of. I remember one time I went for my knee and we had to do a lot of tough exercises because what they try to do, they try to strengthen, the rest of your legs or, your hips, and they try to strengthen that equally. So if you do something on one side, you're going to do the same sets and the same amount of weights on the other side. And it can be very tough sometimes. Typically lasts about an hour. So I did that for about, if I'm not mistaken, about 8 weeks total. Thank God I had good insurance. So, I just had to pay for the copay. But those eight weeks helped me understand better what I needed to work on so I can get better with my plantar fasciitis. Now, after those 8 weeks, I was not completely healed. And to this day, I'm not completely healed yet. It is unfortunate, but I am getting, I feel like, a better understanding on how to take care of my foot and also walking. So now, instead of walking 10,000 steps, I went down to like 5,000 or 8,000 steps. Also, before I start, walking, I do a lot of stretching, and something that helps me a lot is stretching before and stretching after. If you guys, again, want to see the stretches that I've learned from physical therapy, and even stretches that they actually sent me to practice at night, to practice before, let me know. Comment on the section on the comment section. I write something in there, and I'll make another video on, I guess, tips and tricks that help me with helping me with my plantar fasciitis. Now, I would say I don't know how this is gonna go, where it's gonna take me exactly, but I think giving it some rest, it's really a good idea for me. And then also, whenever I walk, I don't try to walk the 5,000 or 8,000 steps straight away in a straight shot. It's more of I take my time with it, and maybe walk like 2,000-3,000 steps at a time, so I won't put so much stress on my foot. I would show you guys that I bought something really cool that I got at a shoe store that's meant for people who like to run and people who like to walk a lot. Now, if you do have plantar fasciitis, typically it's due because you are very active. At least that's what my physical therapist told me. So whenever I went to the physical therapist for the first time, she recommended that I go to a certain store that had it's like a little machine that you can step on, and when you stepped on it, it kind of told you, and you saw the weight on how much weight you were putting on where was your weight going to on your foot, right? Where was most of the weight going to on each foot? So when the person there, the person that was working there, saw the type of foot I guess I had, which is mine was very level. I think a lot of my weight distributed pretty well around both feet. she recommended a certain type of shoe, which I didn't know, right? I did not know that you can actually, there's, shoes that can be specifically for you or the type of feet you have. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool, And when I was doing all the running, I have to add, I mean the walking, I didn't have any walking shoes. I wasn't using any walking shoes, right? I never thought of that. I just used regular Nikes, regular Adidas. So when I was at the store, one of the good things was she gave me different sets of shoes that I can try and different sets that, I could walk in to see which ones I liked. Now, some of the shoes, I'm not going to lie, they were pretty ugly. I mean, I remember one of the shoes reminded me of a clown shoe. It was that bad. I was just like, that is not it. I am not wearing that. It felt weird. But she was going one by one. I think she gave me about 4 to 5 pairs to try. And then one by one, I was trying them on. And then if I like one better, shoot. Got a little dust in here. But, sorry about that. But she gave me one by one to try to see which one I liked. And, if I like one better than the other, then we'll, rule that one out. And then, keep the one that I liked, and then, kept kind of canceling out the shoe that I felt good in and that I could walk in. So eventually I ended up going with the Onclouds, which were really cool. The technology behind it is really cool itself. You can look that up. So right now I have 2 pairs of Onclouds. I have a black pair and a white pair. They look really cool. They look really neat. For someone like me, I feel like I have to wear them often, especially, there's a lot of weight that goes into my feet, right? Especially when I'm walking a lot. I weigh around 220, 225, on and off sometimes. So it's a lot of weight that's going to my feet. So I figured I'll buy those shoes and then start walking on those. So, my feet can be in a better spot. Now, I would say, man, like Onclouds, when you actually walk in them, it feels like you're walking on clouds. They're really cool. Again, maybe it's because I've never had walking shoes. I could tell the big difference on my Oncloud shoes. So now that I try other shoes on that are not, shoes for walking or shoes that are meant for running, I can tell the big difference in my shoes, which is like, now I like something that's good. I would add though that they are expensive. I think my Oncloud shoes cost about $200. They are expensive shoes, unfortunately. And I heard one time that they kind of wear out pretty quickly. I'm not sure how fast they wear out, but I've had mine for about 4 months, I believe. They seem pretty good so far. They're doing pretty good. It looks like they'll last me more than a year for sure. But now that I have 2 pair, of course, I can switch on and off. And that was my process on how I got to this point where I'm at now. As you can see, look, I'm wearing my Onclouds right now to make this video because I'm so in love with them. But to this point, now I'm here. I did the 8 weeks of physical therapy. I still try to adjust the way I walk a lot, but I still have some pain. I still have discomfort after walking. So what I'm doing now is trying to give myself some rest. I will try to go on YouTube and try to find more videos maybe that I can stretch on. Maybe I just need to rest my feet and just do the stretches for a certain period of time. I don't know yet. I would say though that the pain is not as bad as it used to be because of the work that physical therapy did for me, because it made a huge difference. Huge difference. Now after my physical therapy, like I feel the discomfort whenever I walk a lot, right? And in the mornings, if you guys suffer from it, then you guys know that in the mornings, you feel a lot of pain, you feel a lot of that discomfort. But before, I used to feel a lot of, that pain before the physical therapy. Like it was just a lot of pain. Like if you touch it, it's a lot of pain. Now, I don't feel that pain necessarily. It's just the discomfort of like, oh yeah, it's hurting when I'm walking. But if you press it hard, it doesn't feel as painful as it did in the past. So the physical therapy did help me, and I do feel better because of it, because I'm still able to walk pretty well. And when I give it some rest, I feel even better. So I believe rest is definitely the key, and that's the key to a lot of things itself. So as plans for my future, I think I'm gonna stick to walking a little bit, stretching before, stretching after, stretching at night, watching some videos to see what other stretches I can do and see how it goes. There isn't a certain timeline with plantar fasciitis, the research that I've done and from the people I've talked to, you can't really put like a set time on how long it will take for you to feel better. Everybody in every case is different, as it is for a lot of health issues, right? So, because of that, I'm not putting too much stress on myself. I'm gonna give it time eventually. And if it gets bad or worse to the point where like I can't take it no more, then I'll go talk to the doctor again. But right now it seems pretty cool. I'm not seeming to have like the craziest issues with it, but I do notice it when I do a lot of walking and a lot of steps, especially if you go on hills, right? Like my house has a lot of hills. That can be also pretty hard on your feet and even on your knees, right? So if you could walk somewhere that's plain, that's probably the better option for you. And I know a doctor told me about that regarding my knees, because I also have knee problems because of playing so much sports when I was younger. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the channel. Please subscribe. Remember, 90% of you guys are not subscribed, that you watch my videos are not subscribed into my channel. So, if we could get that number up, that would be great. But regardless, thank you guys for the love. Thank you for, always being here and being supportive. Again, I think I'm gonna make a video on like tips and tricks, maybe like a list, like a top 5, top 7 things, or just tips that help me through the process of plantar fasciitis. If you guys are interested, again, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget also, I'll have a podcast, as you guys can see on my right side. I have a podcast that I talk about with my friend Alyssa. Right now, we've been pretty slow because she's been in the hospital. She had to get a surgery. And, it just reminded me again that a lot of the issues that we deal with are very, very real and very unfortunate. So keep it in your prayers. She has also a GoFundMe page that you can go help her because it's been a lot of struggles. And as you guys know, hospitals are very, very, very expensive. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to leave the link to the channel and also to all the platforms that we post our podcast in. And don't forget to share some love. As always, familia, thank you for the love. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and love, baby.